You must detach from your desires. It is okay to prefer one thing to another. Say, prefer water to soda, or chicken to beef. These are things that we cannot get around. You will prefer things and you will desire things. You'll desire to have water over soda. But the part where it gets tricky is when you are given soda instead of water and you are upset. You let that affect you. You need to detach from these desires and understand that it is what it is and it is outside of your control. In the book, the Bhagavad Gita, no, I butchered that, but you can see right here the book I'm talking about. This is basically like Gandhi's Bible, and it's a very good book, and I highly recommend you read it. And I recommend the Ethnic Esron, this translation. It kind of breaks down every chapter and then has a good translation of the chapter. Very good book, and one of the lines in this book says that you are entitled to your labor, but never to the fruits of your labor. And I feel like this is just an amazing quote for detaching from desires. You aren't entitled to, saying you put in the work and someone else gets the raise over you, or you put in the work and someone else makes the team over you. You might have been the better candidate, you might have been the better player, but you're not entitled to that fruit. All you are entitled to is your labor and doing the best that you can and working as hard as you can and proving to yourself that you are worthy. But you are never entitled to these fruits. And where the slope gets very slippery is when your identity becomes your desires. Your desire to travel, or your desire to see new things, your desire to explore, your desire to go to the gym, your desire to eat healthy. All these things are inherently bad, but if you get deprived of these things and you let it affect you because you are so attached to these desires, then it is bad. You need to let things happen as they do and endure them nobly. You cannot attach yourself to these desires that you have. You must be detached from them. Whatever happens, happens, and you're never going to be able to stop preferring one thing to another. Some philosophers will say that you need to have no desires at all. You need to rid yourself of all desires. And that's just silly, to be honest, because obviously you're going to have preferences. You'd rather have water than have alcohol, but if the situation arises where all there is alcohol and no water, that wasn't the best example, but you get what I'm saying. If you desire one thing and you get the opposite, it's not the end of the world. The only thing that's making it hard to bear is your judgment of the situation and the desire that you are having trouble detaching from. I think a better one would be money. You can prefer to have money, but that is not in your control. Things can happen to you where you played every single card right and you still end up in poverty. And it's okay to desire to have money, but if you have no money, then you must endure that and bear that and detach from your desire to have money and be okay with not having money. But obviously you can't help but prefer one to the other. So, grand scheme, you must detach from your desires and learn to want things to happen as they do and not as you want them to, and never try to avoid anything. Because if you can do these two things, then you'll get all that you desire, and nothing will ever happen to you that you don't want to happen to you.